All right, so we're checking out this post. They mentioned the login calendar, the decision they made. This is on a different post. They didn't officially post about it, but people were spamming one of their posts apparently with pictures of the old login calendar. So this is their kind of unofficial official response. So let's see what they say. I see that you started posting the image of the old rewards from daily login program to express your attitude towards recent changes. We understand you do not find these changes exciting, and we won't even try to convince you otherwise. We'd like to explain why we did what we did. They came to the decision over time, not in one day, they say. We included guaranteed champions to the 271 plus days part so that it's in line with the rest of the parts that feature High Katoon, Sill, and others. When talking about daily login program, devs want to reduce RNG part of it and supply players with champion rewards. So here's the thing. Let's talk about that part of it first. The login calendar that is in place for new players from beginning to day 271 when you get Visix or whatever day it is. That is not the same thing as what it turns into after this ongoing cycling 30-day calendar. It's different, right? And this was my problem. Yes, technically it was a daily login reward system, but it's like a progression calendar, right? It's not the same. It's not quite the same thing. It's not really what we're talking about when we're talking about this type of daily login calendar that just cycles, and it's just fairly standard, right? It ends with a sacred shard or something of the equivalent depending on the game. Summoner's War, it's a legendary scroll. It's that equivalent. It's the potential to pull a Nat 5 or a legendary or whatever, and then other stuff peppered throughout, right? It's different. And that's the system they implemented, and it's fine. But it's not the same thing. So talking about comparing it to the rest of the calendar and saying they wanted it to be the same, I don't agree with that sentiment. It's their game. They do whatever the hell they want. I just disagree with that. And I think maybe they're missing the point to an extent of like what people are upset about. And again, I understand it's still daily logins, but it's different. It's a different calendar. It's a different thing. It's just different. You can't just apply the same thing to all of it. I feel like that's my thoughts on it. It will take some time to get Cleo. However, unlike in fragment summon events where you need to be active and perform various in-game actions, you just need to log in. Is basically, but they're saying basically you don't have to do anything for this one except log in. You have to log in for a real long time though, which is fine. Whatever. Cleo was chosen as the first fragment reward for several reasons. She's able to apply Hex, like Thea, and Rule. And then they didn't give any more reasons. She was chosen as the first fragment reward for several reasons. She has Hex. Okay, fine. We believe that every player should have Cleo to be ready for new challenges that lie ahead. And maybe that's true. Maybe Cleo will be fantastic later. Maybe. Not really the point. Our plan is to keep adding heroes with this particular debuff, so she will be a good addition to the Skinwalkers faction. Great. Skinwalkers needed some love anyway. We'll come back. We'll come back. Obviously, we realize that this is an unpopular decision, but it was made consciously relying on our vision of how the daily login program should look like, what sort of purpose it should fulfill to benefit both gameplay and the players. But here's the part I'm taking a lot of issue with. By players, we mean not only advanced raid players, mid-game and end-game players, but also those who are just starting to get acquainted with raid and do not have a wide range of epics and legendaries yet. No one is going to get through the calendar and get Cleo and not have enough at their disposal. This idea that it's like for the new players, 271 days before you even access the calendar that starts to net you fragments for this champ, right? You'll be playing the game for well over a year. If you play every day, if you play hardcore and show up every day, you'll be playing this game for well over a year before you get this champ. Don't act like she's for your new players, dude. That's silly. That's silly. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe she's going to be great for some content that's coming out. Maybe it's not the point. The point is not the quality. The point is you have to play this game for well over a year, and by the time you get her, your account's just going to look different. Like your account's going to be fine. You should be well on your way into the late game if you're not already there after a year. If you've been playing a year of logging in, right? So I just mean by the things that you'll have. I don't mean you have to have some super high level understanding. Everybody learns at their own pace. Everybody's interested in learning to different degrees. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you will have enough on your account that she's not going to be that big of a deal. It's not. They're painting it like almost like what they did with Ninja, which I think was great. I think Ninja's killer. I think he's a killer champ for where he is and when you get him and what he is. I think he's great for progression. I think that's a really good thing that they did. This is not. Just put the fucking sacred back in there. They acted like it had to be either or. That's kind of the thing. It's like it didn't have to be either or. You had 29 other days on that calendar. You could have peppered in some fragments. And instead you took away the sacred shard, which is like the fun thing that everyone gets to look forward to, the free sacred shard, and the 5-star chicken, which is, helpful. You took away like the two best things in that calendar to put in fragments for a champion that no one really wants. Honestly, that's just the way it is. Maybe later she'll be better for stuff, but I don't know. It's like this is not a good post. This does not really cover anything. You didn't really give us anything that explains in a way that would make us go, oh, well, yeah, okay. I guess I see your point. I don't see your point, dude. This was stupid. This was a bad move. And it would be such an easy one. This is yet again, and I've said this about them many times, this is yet again another opportunity for them to go, you know what, you guys are right. We'll listen. And just get showered with praise. This is such an easy opportunity for such good PR. Such good PR. This is so easy. All they got to do is go, you know what? You guys are right. We hear you. We're putting the sacred shard back in the calendar. And like all your problems are going to go away for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody will relax for a minute. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's their plan. Maybe they're milking it a little bit longer. And maybe they'll make the adjustment because there's plenty of room in that calendar for a Sacred Shard and Cleo frags. I don't know why it has to be one or the other, but anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one too. I know how we all feel about the Sacred Shard and chicken getting pulled out of the calendar. That's one of the few things I feel like everyone agrees on. What do you think about this post? Do you feel like there was anything in it that you're like, fair enough? I guess I appreciate the acknowledgement. I feel like they've been not talking about it, so I appreciate that part of it, I guess, but kind of felt like they were backed into a corner and didn't have a choice, so I don't know. Seems like an easy one. Seems like an easy move, but let me know what you guys think. Do you like Cleo even? Do you care? Does anyone even care about getting Cleo? She's apparently in shards too, right? Don't some people have her already? What's the deal? I don't know. But that's it. I'm done rambling. Interested to know what you guys think on this one. I'll see you later.